Today's Crumbl Copycat recipe is one that has been requested time and time again. We are getting a little bit pink today, you guys. We are making the pink velvet cookie. What is up, you guys? It is Karli here, and you're officially cooking with Karli. I am so excited about this recipe today. We are making the pink velvet cookie, and this one has to be one of my very favorite cookies that I've ever had from Crumbl. It is a pink cake batter flavored cookie with vanilla cream cheese frosting on top of that. So let's talk about exactly what this cookie is. So the cookie base itself is like a sugar cookie, but instead of using vanilla extract, we're going to use cake batter flavoring and bake that up. And then we put a vanilla cream cheese frosting on top. This is the same frosting we use for like the Oreo cookie or the Snickerdoodle cupcake cookie. So same frosting is going to go onto this cookie, and then we top it with a few red velvet cookie crumbles on top of that. So if you are interested in those other cookie recipes too, definitely check out my other videos. Each one of those have their own video, and you can find those recipes in those videos' descriptions, or you can go down in this description too, and you can find all of my Crumbl Copycat cookie recipes there. So let's talk about our ingredients for this cookie base. We have some salted butter, some granulated sugar, eggs, cake batter flavor, some all-purpose flour, baking powder, and then some pink food coloring. That's it. It's a super simple, basic cookie recipe, but it is seriously so good, especially combined with that cream cheese frosting. So I'm just going to start by creaming together the butter and sugar in my stand mixer here. So we're creaming this together until it's combined and it's light in color, fluffy in texture. So we're going to cream it for about 1 minute. And when you go to make these cookies yourself, go into the description below. There's a link that will take you to my website, and there you will find all of the ingredient amounts and instructions. You can print them out. It'll make your life so much easier. So let's cream this together, mix it for about a minute. While this is creaming, do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel with the notification bell on. I come out with 2 new videos every single week. We do a taste test for Crumbl's weekly flavors, and then I share a Copycat Crumbl recipe with you. So you don't want to miss any of those, and if you have any special requests for cookies that you want me to make, put those in the comments below. In the zone today, you know. Now that that's combined, I'm just going to add in our eggs and the cake batter flavor. And the cake batter flavoring you can get just on Amazon or like any specialty baking store. The brand I use is Loran's, and it's super strength, so that's the one that I use, and I'll link that in the description below too. So let's just mix this together until everything is combined and creamy. Lastly, we're going to just add in our dry ingredients, so our all-purpose flour and baking powder. We're going to just add that into our mixing bowl and then start mixing slowly and just mix until everything is combined and the dough comes together, and then we will dye it pink. So I'm just going to turn this, oh, gotta get all that out. Okay. So I'm just going to turn this on slowly and let it mix. All of the flour is now combined, so I'm just going to pull this off of the paddle. The consistency should definitely not be dry. It comes together really easily, but it's not wet either. It's not going to stick to your hands. It's really quite soft and easy to work with. So I'll add a little bit of food coloring and just mix it until I get, you know, a pretty deep pink. And this is pink food coloring, not red. I just used this out of the neon food coloring like package that I got at the grocery store. That's where I found the pink food coloring. So just a little bit at a time. All right, look at that pink color. It's looking perfect to me. So I'm going to pull out my cookie sheets and we're going to get to scooping the cookie doughs out, and then we'll put them in the oven and bake them up. I'm going to scoop about 1/3 of a cup of dough for each cookie. We're going to make 12 cookies, but we want a little bit of leftover dough so we can make a cookie, like one extra cookie about that big. And we're going to just bake it with our other cookies. And we're going to crumble that to use for our topping on top of the frosting. So we want a little bit of extra dough. So I'm just going to portion out about 1/3 of a cup of dough, and then we will roll the cookie dough into a ball and then flatten it until it's about as thick as we want our finished cookie. These cookies will spread a little bit, but not a whole bunch. So we will flatten it before they go in the oven, and we will just put 6 cookies to a tray. And I know I'll probably be asked, this scoop I got from Sam's Club, and it reminds me of like what lunch ladies would scoop mashed potatoes with in elementary school. It is just over 1/3 of a cup for the scoop. All right, so we've got our 12 cookie dough balls portioned out, and then this is our extra dough, which is exactly what we wanted. So I'm just going to roll these into a ball, like so, and then flatten them down until they're about 1/2 inch thick, just like that. And then place them on our pan. And if you want your finished cookie to be round, make sure that they're round on the pan before you put them in the oven, because they won't really, if you put them on there round, they will spread round also, so you end up with circle cookies. And this little guy, we're just going to do the exact same thing, roll it into a ball, flatten it down, and stick it just in the middle here, and it will just bake alongside these other cookies. When I'm done rolling these out and flattening them, they're going to go into a preheated 350-degree oven, and they're going to bake for 9 to 11 minutes. They don't take too long. The cookies will spread slightly, the centers will puff up, and then the center of the cookie should no longer look like glossy and wet. It should look like it's baked on there. And that's when we'll want to pull them out. Don't wait until the edges start to turn like a golden brownish color, or else your cookie will be really dry and kind of like a cracker. So pull them out before then, and then we'll let the cookies cool on the hot pan for about 10 or so minutes before we put the frosting on, and that will help finish baking up the insides of these cookies. So it's really important to let them sit on that hot pan. Okay, these cookies are ready for the oven. So like I said, my oven is preheated at 350 degrees. They're going in, and they're going to bake for about 9 to 11 minutes, and then we'll pull them out. So these are headed into the oven, and we'll be back when they come out. The cookies are just about ready to come out of the oven, so we're going to make this vanilla cream cheese frosting. We have some cream cheese, some butter, a pinch of salt, some vanilla, and our powdered sugar. That's all it takes to make our frosting. So first, I'm going to just cream together the cream cheese and butter until it's combined, and you can't tell there's 2 ingredients in there, you know. They're all mixed together. Now that the butter and cream cheese are combined, I'm just going to add about 1 cup of powdered sugar at a time and let that incorporate itself, mix in together before adding in another cup. Just trust the process, let it work itself out. It will mix in. You don't really need much more liquid than the vanilla. Mixing. All right, the last of the powdered sugar is going in. I'm going to add in our vanilla extract and a pinch of salt here. And one of my favorite things about Crumbl's pink velvet cookie, the frosting on top is so nice and fluffy. it's not super dense. So I'm just going to turn the mixer all the way up and let it whip for a minute or two. And then it will incorporate air to make it nice, light, and fluffy. By the way, the cookies are out of the oven. I transferred the frosting into my piping bag here, and I have my piping bag fit with just a large, round, open tip. I transferred the cookies onto this cooling rack to help them cool just a little bit more, but while they're cooling, before we frost, let's crumble up our one last small cookie for the toppings. So I just baked this the same amount of time that I baked these larger cookies, and that's fine because it's okay if it's a little bit more dry because we want it to crumble anyways, right? So I'm just crumbling these up into little pieces, and that's what we're going to use to put on top of the frosting. So to frost these cookies, we're going to frost in a swirl, starting in the center and working our way out. In a nice swirl, and then top it with a little bit of these crumbles, and then the cookies are done. And that is how you make the pink velvet cookie at home in your own kitchen. It's super simple, easy to do, not complicated at all. You can definitely do this. Just grab yourself a little bit of cake batter flavoring, and you've got this. And for the taste test, cookies. Ay, sabanya. It's so good. This is a good one. I'm speechless.